I can't believe I got in this place. Hey everybody, it's Sleeve, and I'm here in Audubon, New Jersey. I've passed by this way a gazillion times. I mean, I graduated from a small Christian high school just a few blocks down the road here in Haddon Heights. And, just through, growing up in the area and whatnot, I passed by here. I can't begin to tell you how many times. Now, I do remember, originally there was an old theater. I believe it was a Century Theater. On this site. Okay. Motorcyclists. Anyway, and that dates back to the 1920s, as far as I, looked up. And as part of the theater, there was like a little kind of outbuilding that one time was some sort of shop or cafe or whatever, but by the time I was going to high school in this area, it was Capus Costumes. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe my high school actually rented from them. We did a lot of school plays. I was in about, let's see here, I was in about 5 school plays actually, 3 musicals, and did a summer play one year, and did a fall play my senior year. That was pretty cool. But anyhow, in 2003, the theater and the costume shop were leveled to make way for a new Eckerd. However, this Eckerd crashed and burned. In fact, I don't know exactly when it closed down. The Courier Post article I saw, in our newspaper here in South Jersey, that describes what moved in next. They just said it didn't last long, and part of that is because there's a CVS in an old pitched roof Acme just across Kings Highway from it. The only article I found that even mentioned the store closed was in a 2015 article that talks about an AT&T store moving in. And this wasn't like officially AT&T, it was some other one, car-tel Mobile. So they're licensed to sell AT&T phones and whatnot, but I don't even know and understanding. I haven't had AT&T phones in I have to say about 15 years maybe, 16 years. Better off that way. But at any rate, this place opened up as a AT&T phone store in 2015. However, seems in the past couple of years or so, it's closed down. And so once again, it's vacant. Now, I don't think there's much Eckerd left to it. I doubt it. It didn't become a Rite Aid because it was closed before the Rite Aid buyout or takeover. But we'll see what we can see. Okay. And here we are. We have Busy White Horse Pike, and we have Kings Highway over here. And this is the sign for AT&T. I'm wondering if they use the same, sign post as Eckerd, just different sign up there. But here's the old Eckerd. In fact, I'm going to see if I can get a good picture for the thumbnail here. I mean, you can still tell that it's an Eckerd. I mean, the architecture on the outside hasn't changed one bit. Okay, let me try to see if I can get a good shot here, so just pardon me. Yeah, the plant life has managed to kind of swallow this place whole. And it's been a while. How about the weeds and whatnot and the lawn here? They haven't really. Ooh, man, those weeds are taller than the plants. So it's obvious they haven't really done any lawn maintenance over here in quite some time. Yep, and there's where it would say Eckerd, and then later it said AT&T. Now, I do see a light on inside. Let's see what we can see. You know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to try. That's actually interesting. I was able to see inside too with you. Okay, they're closed. They've moved. You see that other than the automatic sliding door sign, everything else is AT&T. That's probably the only Eckerd artifact left. Well, we're going to see much in here. And this was one of the deluxe final versions. I mean, this was the final style of Eckerds they built before they went belly up. And because they're using the red brick instead of like painted brick or whatever, that tells me it was a more expensive version. And lights are still on, so that means there's security on, so don't try anything foolish, folks. I know you won't, but somebody out there will. Yeah, sad. The building that used to be here, and I'll actually put some old pictures in here in this video of what used to be here. But like you said, some of the old building used to be here. It lasted for 8 decades and then was done in. The business that replaced it didn't even last that long. You can see some of the arches that are supposed to be here have either fallen down or maybe they were taken down. I'm guessing they fell down. As you can see here, no one's really taking care of this area. And you have the old Eckerd, do not enter, drive-through label scar. So they didn't even bother to change this out. I mean, it still has the vacuum tube here. I think the only thing they changed here was this where the pharmacy used to be. And you can tell it's kind of the edge of where the pharmacy drop down was, and on the sales floor, and then everything else beyond that looks like it was redone to reflect the new layout for the AT&T store. But very interesting. See how there must have been the clearance sign, and you have the label scar for the drive-through, and it's definitely Eckerd font. And yes, this is under 24-hour surveillance, so you're on camera, but you're on camera too. Here's the weeds. I mean, they're not a pharmacy, but you can find some weeds. I know. I was that close to saying a really not so nice joke. But there's the clearance sign, or would have been. And you have the dumpster area. And, yep. Some of the brickwork obviously is falling over here, as you can see. And I'm going to try not to kill myself as I walk over it because, well, I never was too bright. And across the street, you can see the former picture of Acme that later became a CVS. And you have the car-tel communications sign over what the label scar you have from the Eckerd. And it must have been a couple years because, as you can see here, the entire, property is just overgrown with weeds and stuff, and it's only going to get worse. Yeah, it's me, but that's just me. Monitor about protection. You got one door here. You got chip on one of the arches. They weren't built to last, folks. But it's really amazing how really this is kind of a story of defeat, Eckerd bought the property, tore down what was here, an old historic theater, to make way for their business. They didn't last long. For about a decade at least, the place stayed vacant. And then another business comes in, and they apparently didn't last long either. In fact, yep, March 12th of what year I don't know, but yeah, they closed this location. And let's get one last look inside, shall we? And now I'm going to go back to the car, okay? And that should be it for us here at the former Eckerd, former AT&T phone store in Audubon, New Jersey. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, tell a friend. Check out my merch, the link is in the description. Check out recently closed stores in your area with caution and with respect. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.
For our highest quality prints at our lowest price, head for the Eckerd Express Photo Center, where 24 deluxe 4-inch prints are just $6.99 every day.